What's up, guys? Here we are again, continuing our set review of Technical Booster 2, the Genius Strategy. This time we're doing Megacolony because it's next in the order, I guess. With their new keyword, Dark Device.
Yep.
So I believe they got more support for like Dark Face, some Giraffe support, and some machining support. So should be interesting. And starting off pretty strong with the GR. Obturandus, I think is how you pronounce it.
Yep.
GB2, Counterblast 2, choose a card from your hand and discard it. Your opponent can't play the game. I mean, sorry, cannot call his or her units to rearguard circle until end of your opponent's next turn. Basically, they can't superior call or normal call.
So if your opponent is not an aggro deck, then they're just gonna attack with their Vanguard pretty much.
What do you guys think of this?
It's a good card, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, it says like it's Counterblast 2, discard a card, and your opponent doesn't have rearguards.
Yeah. So either way, they either have to commit to the board to play around this, or not commit to the board to play around everything else. So it's a lose-lose for them.
It solves kind of like Megacolony's problem, technically, right? One of their problems.
It helps your the fact that you just constantly lose to like Bermudas and stuff.
Yeah. Next card. Dark Face.
Grade 4 Dark Face.
Yep.
Once per turn, Dark Device. So Dark Device is active when your opponent has no stand units in the same column as this unit. You counterblast one, choose any unit face up, choose any G zone, and then turn it face up. Choose up the same number of your opponent's rear guards as the number of face up card named Dark Face discard, and until the end turn, your opponent until the end of your opponent's next turn, they get a continuous rear guard circle. This unit cannot intercept, cannot be chosen by card effects and costs. And for each rear guard chosen with this effect, this unit gets plus 5,000 until the end of the turn.
Is there any way to flip over anything in
Yeah, Blizza.
Thanks.
I don't know what else. I'm sorry. But Blizza does it. So.
Yeah, but if they have another way that's better than Blizza.
I mean, your rearguards kind of do similar things also, so it's not all on this just card by itself.
Well, you can do Blizza because it activates your GB2 first stride, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
So if you really want to, you can.
Yeah, pretty good card. I like it.
I kind of wish it got something else instead of just getting bigger for the second effect.
Like drawing would be amazing. That'd be very nice.
The power is kind of underwhelming for that type of
like
thing.
Draw a card for every 2 rested.
Because it's basically like a Titan but for Megacolony, but like it doesn't get a crit.
It can mess up like a Shadow Paladin, for example, though.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yep.
Oh, I guess so. Next card, Superior Mantas. So Dark Device. You guys know what it does. Counterblast 1. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle or Rearguard Circle, you can pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your opponent's rearguards in the same column, and that unit cannot stand during your opponent's next stand phase. And then also, Generation Break 1. Dark Device. When this unit is placed on Rearguard Circle, choose one of your opponent's rearguards, and that unit cannot stand during your opponent's next stand phase. So this is just basically a good rearguard.
You lock down a column, basically.
Kind of like Photon.
For Counterblast 1, you just lock down a column, which is pretty good.
Good card, good card.
Or you can lock front row.
We don't lock it, but yeah.
I mean, sorry, you can rest front row.
Yeah.
Solid stuff. I'd run it. I like it.
It's the triple rare, right, of the set?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, there's 2 triples.
Yeah, they're triple rare, yeah.
Yeah, the grade 3 triple. Next is their G Guardian. Grace for it.
Yeah. Art looks pretty cool.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so on to the effect. When it's placed on Guardian Circle, during the battle your Vanguard is attacked by your opponent's Vanguard, you may defeat flare them.
Yeah.
Generally, it's a little bit different. But
so pretty much it just rests all your units in the opponent's back row, all the units in the opponent's back row, and it gets shield plus 5,000 for every 2 of your opponent's units at rest. So if your opponent has all the units rested, then this thing gets 15k extra shield, so you can guard for 30. It's a 30k shield by itself, and rested all your opponent's back row.
You think this card is better than Defeat Flare?
Nope, but it's very good. Like, well, it's not like it's different, right? Because Defeat Flare kills the back row. This thing like doesn't kill it, but it gets a lot of shield.
Yeah.
So it's better in some situations.
also don't have to set up for this card. It just works.
Yeah, you don't need to like putting Overlord back isn't necessarily a downside though.
But like
Yeah,
unlike
sometimes it doesn't work.
yeah,
unlike Defeat Flare, this doesn't screw up a lot of the clans that Defeat Flare does screw up.
oh yeah. So since the fact that you don't have to put Overlords back though, it means you can like if one works, then you can just like do this like 2 times. That's like 60k shield if it's like if everything's rested.
Yeah, you can also just do this for the shield. You don't even need to like technically rest them.
Yeah, I think it's very good.
Yep. Next card. Stag Beetle. This card already came out.
It's a good card though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're not gonna go over it.
Okay, so we
New
got the Perfect
PG.
Guard. It bounces to your hand if your units attack its Vanguard for Soul Blast 1. That's not really helpful in Megacolony because you're not really going to call it out of the deck or anything like that. So it's not that
GB1
good.
and Dark Device restricted.
Probably
Yep.
just play like
Just
on
run on
flippers.
flippers. Yeah, it's not that good.
Crit 4, Dark Face, Soul Charge it. Yeah, Soul
Not
Charge
much
draw
we can
plus
say about it.
5,000.
Not much to say about that either.
You need the soul kind of, but yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty
but
much
like
it.
yeah.
You're gonna play this anyways, right?
Yep.
Regardless if you needed soul or not.
As long as you run non-machining.
Yep. On to
I mean, you can run a machining, or I guess
you want the
Yeah,
the
that's true.
machining things.
Sangarafa. So, Giraffa
good.
support.
Yes.
Counterblast 1, when this unit attack hits a Vanguard, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Giraffa in its card name. So we're not too sure if this counts itself on the Vanguard.
I think it. I want to say it does.
Because it has this in it, like it has Giraffa in its name, of course, but, you know, it's capital G.
Versus non-capital G.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just say that it does for the.
Yeah, I'm just assuming that they didn't.
So yeah, you pay the cost if you do. So the cost is kind of last one. If you do, choose one of your opponent's rear guards, rest it, and until end of your opponent's next turn, it gets when this unit is put into the drop zone from rear guard circle or guardian circle, choose one of your rear guards and retire it. And that unit cannot stand during your opponent's next stand phase.
So, the fact that it's on hit is pretty awkward.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I think it should work, by the way, because it does say Vanguard Circle. So like, it'd be weird if it doesn't work on itself, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So it should work.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I think the fact that it's on hit makes it pretty unfortunate.
You still run it in Jaffa anyway.
You
'cause
probably
in
run it,
Jaffa
it's just not that like amazing.
not good. Yeah.
Or it just says your opponent's gonna guard it basically.
Yep.
Mhm.
Next card. Punish Stag. Pretty cool.
GB1 Dark Device. When this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, if you have Vanguard with Dark Face in its card name, this unit gets power plus 2,000 until the end of turn. Choose one of your opponent's rearguards until the end of your opponent's next turn. It gets at the end of the turn. This unit is at rest. Your opponent draws a card, so that's you. And then that unit cannot stand during your opponent's next stand phase.
So I think this card's very, very good.
Very nice. I like it.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like a lot of the time, it's gonna draw you a card, and if you don't draw a card, then your opponent like called over it. So.
It's also free.
Yeah, and it's a free 11k
9K.
attacker also.
Yeah, 11k.
So do you think this set has given... I'll talk about this at the end. Sorry. Dive Beetle. Dive Kick.
Machining that beetle.
Counterblast 1, you stand all of itself on the rear guard, all copies of itself, and they get 2k power. And during your stand phase, it does not stand.
I don't like this card. I don't think it's very good.
The fact that it only stands itself makes it a lot worse than it could be. If it was stand anything, or just like stand all
Sure.
units, then that would be like really good. But it has a pretty big downside because you have to end up counterblasting every turn for it, unless you like, or you can just like intercept them away, of course.
Oh,
but-
also it's an axe skill, by the way, for the
Yeah.
counterblast one thing. So
Yeah, I don't like it.
It's like Brutal Jack, but 9k.
Oh, it's an act. That sucks. Never mind. Yeah, this card's bad. Terrible. Don't play it. Vulcan Laferte. So GB1 Dark Device. At the beginning of your main phase, you can pay the cost if you do, countercharge 1. If you have a Vanguard with Dark Face in its card name, this unit cannot be chosen by the effects of your opponent's card, and your opponent's unit in the same column as this unit cannot intercept. So basically it has resist if you're on Dark Face. And
And you may like
cannot
soul charge
intercept.
this thing to
Yeah.
unflip one if you want at the start of your main phase.
Yeah, so it's pretty good, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
I think
you
it's
run
I think
it.
it's very good because you
It's
just
playable.
you throw them down in the back row, like left right column, and then your opponent never can intercept for the rest of the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next card. Childhood Command Rosenberg. It looks like Ant-Man. I'm gonna call it Ant-Man from now on. Or maybe like the Blue Beetle. I don't know. Whatever.
It's not blue.
The Yellow Beetle. I don't care. So this is like the new starter, I guess.
For Darkface.
Yeah, for Darkface. GB1 Dark Device. Choose one of your, or put this unit into your soul. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards, and until the end of your opponent's next turn, it gets a continuous rear guard circle. This unit cannot intercept and cannot be chosen by the effects and cost of your card. So the starter goes into the soul and gives one of your opponent's rear guards this effect. So kind of screws over Shadow Paladins. I
Also, you
guess.
can rest this unit and then rest one of your opponent's units.
Yep.
So you can do that, and then like you can pay the cost for itself, basically.
Good
Bottom
card.
skill is pretty nice in general. Right?
Yeah, and also if you want to do it early, you can just keep like tapping it if you feel
Yeah.
like it.
I think it's a
Pretty
good card.
useful.
It stops a lot of aggro.
Well, it's like it's an act, right? So
Yeah.
It's almost free because you just put it behind the Vanguard. It doesn't really matter the booster anyway. So it's, yeah.
Wait, you have to rest this on your turn and then it rests one of their things on your
Yes.
turn? What's
Yeah.
the upside to that though?
the point is you
rest
can
it.
you can activate the effect always because it rests. You can rest.
Oh,
the thing
okay,
So
by
like
the
if they
Vanguard.
try to do the play where they don't attack or something, you just do that.
Unless they put like a resist something in the back row behind the
Yeah.
Vanguard for some reason.
Yeah.
Not a lot of decks have resist boosters in the back row behind the Vanguard though.
I can only think of Messiah.
I mean, you can always just slam down grade 2 resist units in the back row just to be annoying.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next card. A-Rake Mutant Gura Giraffa. More Giraffa support.
So this skill is an act rear guard once per turn. If you have a Vanguard with Giraffe in this card name, you counterblast 1. Choose up to one of your opponent's rear guards and rest it. And until the end turn, this unit gets power plus 2000. It's an act skill. And then the other skill is an act skill from your hand. You discard this card. If you have Vanguard name Larva
So this
Mutant
unit is a
Giraffe,
giraffe card, right?
Yeah.
On the Vanguard.
it should be.
Okay.
So if you have Vanguard named Larva Mutant Giraffe,
That's
search-
the starter.
Yeah, search up for up to one card named Pupil Mutant Giraffe from
The
your
grade
deck,
1.
write it as stand, and shuffle your deck.
So it increases your ride consistency a lot from like you're very rarely gonna get grade locked at like 0
Yeah.
with this card.
It's very good.
Yep.
Not much else you can say about this card.
It's
right?
like almost guarantees the ride
Yeah,
chain all
that's
the time,
about
though,
it.
which is very good.
Yeah.
Giraffa. Rotating Scythe
It's like
Mutant.
8 grade 2s.
Arista Scythe. This card sucks.
I like the art. That's the upside
Yeah.
It's 11k attacker. That's
with
pretty much
the condition.
Yeah. It's
Almost
literally.
finished, yeah.
Literally it.
You wouldn't run an 11k attacker if that's all it does, so you don't run this card.
Yeah, if it gained like plus 2000 for every rested unit your opponent had, it wouldn't
Wow.
be too bad. It would actually be pretty good.
It would be a 19k
good.
attacker
It'd be a 20
or a 21k attacker. Yeah, that would be very good.
Assuming your opponent had a full field, right?
Yeah.
This is not that good.
Yeah, this isn't good. Bad.
Maybe it's not terrible. I don't
What
know.
if
Would
it's
you
just-
run? Would you run a 11k attacker and that's all it does?
Early game. That's
What
all.
if
I don't
it-
really
Do you
know.
want 11k attackers early game?
Yeah, like 6k.
It works on Vanguard.
It does work on Vanguard.
Hitting
It's
hitting
not. It's
six.
not that good. I'm just
Like
saying.
I guess
Hold
if you
on.
get grade locked, it's
But
like
it's
sure.
like
we're
not
we're
terrible.
joking. It's pretty bad.
Yeah,
so
next card.
just don't run it. Hypnosis Mutant Hypnomoth. It's like Hypnotoad
It's
from
Hypno.
Futurama.
Yep.
This also isn't a very good card, right? This,
So, Dark Device. This unit gets power plus 1000 for each of your other units with a Dark Device ability.
it's an 8k.
So
grade two.
it's the most you can get is having it being a 13k, which is not good enough. If it was a 9k, it's still probably not good enough, honestly. But at 8k, it's just not good.
Unless you really want to make that 20k column for some reason, or you really want to run 8k vanillas. Yeah,
It's not an 8k vanilla. It's like a
No, like grade 1 8k vanillas
to make the
Oh.
21.
to make the 21.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even then, it's probably just not worth
so
it.
this card's not worth it.
Next card, Scarlet Venom. Dark Device. When this unit is placed on rearguard circle, this unit gets power plus 2000 for each of your opponent's rearguards in the same column as this unit until end of turn. Basically, it becomes an 11k booster.
Yep, 9 to 11, yes.
Yeah, but it's not.
So, do you want an 11k booster / attacker?
It's meh.
Like, probably not.
It's okay.
Good in draft.
Could be better.
Yep.
That's true.
But
It'd be very good in draft.
I don't feel like you would actually run this in the Megacolony deck normally.
Probably not. As we've been
It's
seeing,
also, it's not even a continuous effect. It's only the turn you
play.
call it, which is kind of
Yeah.
unfortunate too.
as you've been seeing with like the earlier cards, there have been like pretty good grade ones that they already like announced, or like that we've already gone over. Machining Cricket.
It's machining.
It is a machining card.
Yep. Act, rest, rearguard, rest this unit. If you have Vanguard with machining its card name, choose one of your opponent's rearguards in the same column as this unit. That unit cannot stand during opponent's next stand phase, and this unit cannot stand during your next stand phase. So
It's okay.
it's okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
I mean, like, the fact that it's like any card with machining on it is like worth something just because it's machining name.
yeah.
It's very much like if you need, like, if you have open space, you can throw this in there, and it
Yeah.
wouldn't be too bad.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
Like, one nice thing is that like you can like there's ways to stand the machining, right?
Yeah, the starter. One
So
of the
this
starters does
isn't
it.
like too bad.
You can do it twice if you
Yep.
want to, because it's not a once per turn.
Yep. I mean, this not playing Dark Device, so they can just call over it.
Yeah.
yeah, it's okay.
It's okay.
Yep, next card. Megacolony Battler E.
They have their clan in some name.
Yeah, it's interesting. GB1, retire this unit. When your Vanguard attacks, if each of the players have all of his or her units at rest, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your Vanguards and it gets power plus 10,000 until end of that battle.
So you don't really need 10k power for your
What?
Vanguard.
If each of the players have all their units at rest, choose one. So
Oh, you need your Vanguard needs to attack
Vanguard needs
last.
to- No, yeah.
Your Vanguard has to attack last, which is also really bad, and you don't need 10k power for your Vanguard, so pretty much this card is terrible.
That's pretty
You
trash.
have
this-
to use it with the on hit, and
like,
then they can just PG.
Maybe this should
anyways.
have been like a D-Police card, but well, not really. I don't really want D-Police to get this card, but still.
I like it.
in deeply.
Make D Police great again.
But yeah, this card is terrible.
Next card. Bullet Mutant Pill Burglar. Soul Blast 1 at the beginning of the guard step. During the battle that your it has Dark Device. At the beginning of the guard step, during the battle that your Vanguard was attacked, if you may pay the cost. If you do, move this card to Guardian Circle and it gets shield plus 5,000 until end of battle. This card sucks.
You don't really need 10k Interceptor grade 1s that
also
are
a
6ks.
6K.
Yeah, it's just
Yep, so you don't. It's not really that good.
Moving on.
Machining critical trigger
Machining
vanilla.
crit. Yep.
Not really important.
cool.
Nope, it's machining. That's
Machining
it.
heal trigger
Yeah,
doesn't really matter
It
either.
doesn't matter.
I like that art.
Sure.
Okay, fair enough.
We got Margle.
Margot clone draw trigger.
It's holding
like-
gold.
Soul. You use it, right?
Yeah, here's a Margle if you want a Margle. There you go.
Makeup Widow. I like this art. I like the art a lot.
Stand trigger with an effect. What does it do?
GB1 Dark Device. At the end of each turn, you may pay the cost. If you do, countercharge 1, choose one of your opponent's grade 1 or less units, and that unit cannot stand during your opponent's next stand phase. I actually like this card.
It's like it's playable. It's just, do you want to run stand triggers? Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe like 2.
Your rear guards aren't that big, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Card flavor. Makeup is to make up. Thank you. Interesting.
Wise words from Caden here.
So, Kaden, you being the experienced Mega
Experienced
Colony
Megacolony
player that you
machining.
are, do you think machining is, or do you think Darkface is now on par with machining?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't really know because I haven't played Darkface, but I didn't really like it at the start, and it's kind of like okay.
Do you
What?
think Megacolony is like any Megacolony decks are good now?
I consider 1.5 in the air because it can be very annoying for your opponent, right?
Okay. Do
In
they have
certain
enough?
matchups.
Do they have enough like offensive power instead of just like stalling up the game for no particular reason.
Well, technically, if you consider like your opponent not standing their Vanguard, then it can be offensive, right? Because they basically skip their turn and
They
just have
lose.
Vanguard
They
flags.
lose 2 to 3 cards, right?
Yes, so it's like in that respect, yes, but they don't have like powered rear guards. Not that I know of. It's just annoying and they get advantage. So in terms of pushing, they don't have too much except for the Vanguard not restanding and stuff.
So yeah, unlike Murakumo, I think I think Megacolony will like start to make some impact on the meta.
I think it's better if like your opponent doesn't know what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Or how to play against it. So we'll see.
I mean, the way they made the cards, it's like you can pick one of 2 bad situations. So
yeah, it's either this happens or this happens, and both of them are bad, but one might be slightly worse. It's pretty good. Look forward to the next one that we do. Be on Great Nature, which I think is a really strong deck.
Probably the most hyped, right? Of the three.
Yep.
Or what we want.
I want to actually just say the most relevant of the 3.
Probably.
Yeah. So again, if you like this video and would like to see more, like and subscribe. Leave a comment on how you felt about these videos, whether there were certain cards that you liked or that you know for sure you're going to be running in your Megacolony deck.
Let us know if we're wrong in any aspect.
Yeah, like what if we're just completely wrong?
Not that experienced.
Not that 11k, dude. That 11k attacker, man.
What if the 11k is actually
Next
just
meta.
the most broken card ever?
MLB is gonna come back, and you're gonna make 18k lanes. Or crossroads will come back too.
Yeah, that's it. Perfect. Also, social media links are in the description below. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We'll keep things updated there. And yeah, until next time.